What's up, Zachary, Louisiana? My name is Kevin DeBruyne. I am the fit rocket scientist. You guys just saw me compete on American Ninja Warrior. Yes, we're going to talk about that in just a second, but rocket scientist, yes, I am 28 years old and I am an actual rocket scientist. My full-time job is I work at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California as a flight systems engineer. So it took me a while to get there. You guys are doing Robot Ninja Warrior Day right now, which is so cool. You guys are going to be programming robots to overcome obstacles to get to your final goal. Well, you have a lot of obstacles in life. I had a lot of obstacles to get me into NASA, and I want to share that story with you. So when I was in undergraduate studies in University of Wisconsin-Platteville, like NASA was the goal, that was the dream. It's like, you think you could get there? So it took me over 150 applications and 3 years before I got my first NASA internship at NASA Langley Research Center in Hampton, Virginia. And while I was there, I was in the environment and I realized I really needed to go on to grad school. So I'm like, all right, which grad school do I want to go to? Didn't just apply to the top 10, I wanted to find one that had research in exactly what I wanted to do. And that was Georgia Tech. So I'm like, Georgia Tech is the only place I want to go. So I submitted my application and waited to hear back. And I got an email that said, "Dear Mr. DeBruyne, we regret to inform you, yada, yada, yada." So I got rejected from Georgia Tech and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is the only place I want to go. So I was emailing back and forth with the Dean of Admissions for about 3 weeks. I sent 2 emails for every one he sent me, and eventually he called me on a Friday. I was like emailing and I was saying, you know, where are the weaknesses on my application? I apologize, I wasn't able to meet all your qualifications and exceed them. What can I do to better myself for next time? And the last email I sent him was, can I apply to the next semester already? Because he told me my GPA was a little bit low at like a 3.45, and that I applied for the most coveted positions in Georgia Tech, a lab that has small availability, and that also I indicated I wanted some funding. I'm like, well, yeah, I'd like some money so I don't have to pay for school fully. He's like, because of those, we weren't allowed to admit you. But he called me on that Friday when I asked to apply for the next semester already to make sure I had a spot. And it was like, okay, Kevin, I have heard your story. I have opened up a spot for you at Georgia Tech, but there is no funding. You have to pay your own way, but you're in the school. And I was like, yes, like that is awesome. I'm like, okay, step 1 accomplished. Like, I got to pay my own way, but I'm like, that's cool. Like, it's an investment upon myself. Called my mom, told her the great news. I'm like, just trust me. You got to take out like a second mortgage on the house to help me pay for this, but I'll pay you back, no worries. But I didn't really take that as a final like step. So I started reaching out to all the professors that were within the aerospace department at Georgia Tech, and I found one who actually had some funding. He had set up a Sunday night 45-minute phone call with me, and at the end of that, I got a graduate research assistantship. So they paid me to do research and covered all my tuition. So I went from being rejected by Georgia Tech to getting paid to go to school at Georgia Tech. Like, it's amazing. So then I set my sights on NASA JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab. JPL is short, and I went through 3 rounds of interviews. Nailed the first one, nailed the second one. The third one, they flew me out to California from Atlanta. I did an 8-hour interview on site, presented to a panel. I had questions, interaction the whole time. I'm like, okay, here it is. Now I gotta wait to hear back. I did some follow-ups, and I got a call that said, "Sorry, Kevin, but we do not believe that you have the skills necessary or the experience for the position that we're looking for." And I'm like, man, JPL is the only place I want to work. It does the robotic solar system exploration. They are at the front of technology. They are on the frontier. They're pushing the boundaries. So I'm like, okay, I graduate in 3 months. What am I going to do? So I was doing graduate research with them at the time, and my mentor was able to get me an internship for 10 weeks if I wanted it. So I took a big risk. I graduated without a full-time job, went in this 10-week internship, and tried to get myself a job through that internship. And if I didn't do it, I was gonna have to move back to Wisconsin, live with my mom, and try and figure some stuff out. So about the first 5 weeks of the internship, I just grinded and grinded, just like really making a name for myself, establishing really good work. And then the last 5 weeks, I had over 30 interviews trying to get a full-time job. I went around and I knocked on doors. I was like, hey, my name's Kevin. This is what I'm looking to do. Wonder if I could set up a time to meet with you and talk a little bit more about it. Most people were open to it. So I set up all those interviews. I kept on going. I'm waiting to hear someone say, yes, please. Like one of these interviews has to pan out. I'm getting down to the final week of my internship. And on the last day of that 10-week internship, I received word that I would be getting a call with an official offer from HR in a few weeks and that I could relax. I was like, Whoo! Like, that's amazing. So to recap the whole story real quick, over 150 applications in 3 years before my first NASA internship. Georgia Tech rejected me, then they paid me to go to school. NASA JPL didn't give me a job, and now I actually work on one of the most coveted missions that there is right now, the Europa lander. Europa is one of the moons of Jupiter, has the most potential for life in our solar system outside of Earth, and NASA headquarters has asked us to look into a mission that would land on the surface and test for like the biosignatures of life. So that's amazing. So that is my success story. So those are all the obstacles that I had to overcome to get to where I'm at today at NASA's JPL. But then like American Ninja Warrior, so those are like obstacles too, right? A little bit different sense on the physical scale side of things. So like training for that was amazing. It's something completely unique and different and fun and challenging. It's so excellent. So since what you guys saw me do, a little cannonball into the water there, unfortunately, a little bit rookie mistake, didn't dismount properly. I've been training like mad. I've been traveling all around California to compete in ninja competitions, up to San Francisco, down to San Diego, a couple around LA. Every Sunday I'm on the beach with the other ninjas training out there. So just really trying to rehone those skills, just practice, get better, find out where my weaknesses are, find those obstacles that are in my training and overcome them that way. So as you guys are programming these robots to overcome the obstacles, it's not just obstacles that are physical that you have to get over in life, but also a lot of these ones you have to get over in your careers and relationships, in all of life. You're going to be battling up against adversity, and the point is just to continue to press on through those. If you truly believe in yourself, there is nothing that can hold you back from doing whatever you want. I think I provide a pretty decent example of that. So to get me where I'm at today, so like the robotics that I'm currently working on is a robot that's going to be out at Jupiter. And that is so far away. That's like 500 million miles away, and we have robots out there. We also have robots that are 11 billion miles away that were launched in 1977. So we've got robots that can do all sorts of cool things. We have like autonomous robots where you program them, they start learning their own thing, and they do their own stuff. That's like the AI robots. We've got robots that you control, so like with a joystick or like video game controllers that you just send out there. So they can learn, you can control them. There's this whole future of robotics is just amazing, and what you guys are able to experience here with Robot Ninja Warrior Day, building and programming these Lego robots, is what's going to lead into the future of robotics. So we need you to get those skills now and understand all that stuff, which will make it a lot easier once you get into college. Beyond that, into your careers, you guys are going to be defining the new frontiers of robotics. There's so many cool things out there, and I can't wait for all of you guys to come join us someday at NASA or in industry, wherever it is where you guys are going to be working on robotics. So I hope you guys have a great Robot Ninja Warrior Day. I wish I could be there to help you guys out and kind of like see what's all going on. Please send me pictures, and if you guys want to see like any of my American Ninja Warrior stuff or more stuff about space that's going on, you can follow me on all the social media platforms at Fit Rocket Scientist. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.